Hi everyone. So, if a new streaming music service launched by some of the world's best known artists tries to rip off customers all around the world, did it really happen? And did we really care? Well, that's what I'm asking myself about Tidal, a brand new streaming music service which appears to be trying to gouge the living crap out of consumers. Brilliant job. So this is a new music service being launched by Jay-Z and his pals, Madonna, Nicki Minaj, Chris Martin from Coldplay, lots of artists who are generally these days a bit irrelevant. They're annoyed, by the way. They're annoyed that people like Spotify keep giving them small amounts of every stream and not a whacking great chunk that they feel they deserve for their brilliant creative contribution to society. And so, what they've decided to do is come up with a service that provides FLAC streams, which are uncompressed audio, for $20 a month. However, if you're in the UK or Europe, guess what you're going to be charged? You'll be charged £20 a month. What a lovely way to do a pound to dollar conversion. Now, if this service was being consumer friendly and not just trying to rip everybody off around the world, they would of course be charging a reasonable amount for this. They would be charging a pro rata against that $20 fee. Actually, in the UK, this service should cost around £13.99, not £20. Now, these artists are saying that they want to double the amount that each artist gets from streaming services. Okay, so with Tidal, they will be paid twice as much as Spotify. Now, Spotify pays about 0.01 pence per stream, so Jay-Z is going to be getting 0.02 pence per stream. How exactly does that add up to this £7 that we seem to be missing here from the price gouge that's going to occur in Europe? There is something very wrong with Tidal's value proposition here for consumers. But let's also look at another issue. If these ginormous music stars with phenomenally large bank balances could drop $55 million on a streaming service that provides FLAC, you would think they wouldn't be quite so concerned about the 0.01 pence they're getting from Spotify. There's also the issue that these guys are all part of the biggest record labels in the world. And if they wanted a better deal from their streaming service, perhaps they should go to their record company and tell the record company to stop creaming off 95% of all the money. But no, because everything is about the dirty, dirty consumers and how wrong it is that we should expect fair value for a fair proposition. I'm also going to make mention of a very simple fact here, that FLAC, as an uncompressed audio format, these days is bloody worthless. It's pointless because of digital upscaling that's available in a lot of hardware these days. Myself, I have a soundbar downstairs that cost about £90, made by LG, that can take any compressed audio format and upscale it to around 1000 kbps. Essentially replacing the missing pieces of information removed from the compression algorithm into MP3. When I've done tests comparing FLAC to upscaled MP3, nobody can tell the flipping difference. So again, why am I being asked to pay £20 a month for something that for the majority of people on modern hardware isn't going to make a blind bit of difference? It's a smoke and mirrors. It's an attempt by these overpaid, overpriced artists who are producing a content of low commercial quality these days to try and bump up their bank balances with what they perceive as an injustice. It's not an injustice. It wasn't an injustice when iTunes drove down the cost of albums for consumers, thus creating a marketplace where booming audio sales could be seen to happen. It's not wrong for Spotify to provide a service which starts to chip away at the piracy problem and converts people into paying customers at a reasonable price. What Tidal is doing is just taking everybody for mugs. These musicians seem to be so out of touch that they actually think that people are going to buy this. Well, I certainly won't, and I wouldn't recommend any of you give this the time of day. It's not a service aimed at consumers. It's a service aimed at making Jay-Z lots of money. That really is the long, tall and short of it.